I'm not sure I get it, sorry. Meaning the Discord announcement thing. Maybe. Maybe.
That was quite the fall, Raiden. I'm glad to see that you are alright. It's time you got out of Denver.
I got him.
Who pronounces closely to who for soon? I disagree with you. As a man speaking the language that actually uses, I can tell you that it does not quite sound the same. I would like that on, please. Also, that was a grenade. Fuck, I'm slow as fuck. So, to get both of them at once there? Nope, didn't get the angle. There you go. You'd think that'd be one, but I don't think so. I think most of them just stick with the O sound rather than turning it into ooh, like English does with the double O thing.
Are you alright?
I can handle this. You just get those brains out of here.
And what will you do?
Get out of here and to the launch site.
Ah, the young ladies' company, yeah? How fortunate they are in Colorado too.
Yeah. Shouldn't take more than 2 hours with a set of wheels. Guess I'll just have to borrow some. A lot of cars got
GTA
abandoned
now?
when the evac order came down.
But won't the roads be blocked? If you are struck by one of those missiles, or...
I know. Let me just worry about putting some distance between me and World Marshal. What's left of it.
Anyway, alright, Mandago. Welcome in. Can I really not go through that? There you go. I thought they actually invisible walled it, but I think it was just the seam on the ground that I couldn't quite step over. Moo, you saying? I don't love that there's a different button between X and Y, like, which you have to press there for the quick time event. I guess it would remove the purpose if you can, like, guarantee tell which it is before it even starts, but I don't know, I guess I'm just not too fond of quick time events in general. There was a discussion about turbo features in the speedrunning community not too long ago. Not for this game particularly, but just in general, because like oftentimes in a lot of, especially retro games, mashing a button really fast is really critical. Like in Mega Man, for example, you want to be able to rapid fire as quickly as possible, and there was a discussion about whether maybe we should allow, I say we, maybe they should allow turbo instead of having people bend their wrists and their hands trying to mash as quickly as possible for a fucking speedrun. And I thought that was good. Step in the right direction. It's probably not too bad for a like casual game playthrough where you have to occasionally press a button real quick to go through something, but well, like a speedrun, if you do that sort of shit like 8 hours a day, you have to like do that at maximum speeds, and some of the mashing speeds that people have are absolutely crazy. I can definitely see that bending your body in the long run, and the idea was basically that speedrunning should be a fun thing to do and like a hobby, and it shouldn't require you to permanently bend your hands or your wrists. And I think if speedrunners are at the point where they're like, yeah, okay, let's maybe not just mash, then quick time events where you have to mash buttons may also be outdated and kind of on the decline, hopefully. Yeah, I completely disagree with that hot take. I generally think on some level that mashing is definitely a skill that you should have. Generally speaking, glitch run and or not has absolutely nothing to do with it, because glitches don't necessarily require more inputs or faster inputs than non-glitch runs. Obviously it heavily depends on the game itself, right? So none of this applies to every game universally, but like there's nothing inherently about like a glitch run that would make it so that you need to mash more or less. It's very dependent on the run itself and the game. But yeah, I think mashing in general is definitely a skill. Like, the difference that, or the speed that some people can press buttons at is absolutely ridiculous, and they got there by practicing it and being good at it and stuff. So, like, saying, oh, that should not be part of it is kind of silly. Like, removing that from the equation seems like you're removing any physical part of, like, a sport or something. Let's say you're playing soccer, and we're saying, oh, I don't know what a good analogy would be there. Actually, that's not talking about soccer. But yeah, it's like removing any part from a physical activity. Like, oh, we don't need this physical aspect of it. Which people have learned and gotten good at. Maybe fighting game execution is like an example of that as well, where on some level, if you're really good at that sort of shit, you've practiced it enough that your fingers can do that shit now, and somewhat consistently as well, then maybe you deserve to be rewarded for that, but at the same time, it's an extra barrier for entry for people that otherwise can't enjoy the games at all. And it doesn't really add that much aside from like tedious grind. Anyway, the point is, on one perspective I can see how you would want to, that was not damageless. Oh.
It may be an RLB, but it still needs time to accelerate and decelerate from first cosmic velocity.
Shut up, boys, I'm trying to focus.
More than 30 minutes to get to Pakistan.
But yeah, removing a part of the skill is definitely kind of not great, but at the same time, I absolutely think for health concerns that it should definitely, like, universally just not become a thing. There's, like, it doesn't really matter to me, because it's kind of like doping, right? Like, assume for regular sports, you should be doping, right? Because you clearly want to push your body to the utmost limit, and you want to be as good as physically possible, and blah blah, right? But at the same time, it's a massive health thing that will screw you over long term. So do we want these people, for our entertainment or their achievements, to screw their bodies permanently? And in my opinion, no. Like, let's not encourage that, let's not make that the norm. And if mashing goes into the same sort of area where you are basically guaranteed to bend your wrists if you speedrun long term and mash buttons a lot, maybe that shouldn't be encouraged by that sort of, I'm just gonna keep doing this. Maybe there's an achievement for doing all of them whenever I find them. But yeah, maybe that shouldn't be something that is encouraged in the sort of entertainment part. No, I'm obviously not equating that to doping. I'm saying the circumstances of damage your body for performance in a competition or in a hobby is the analogy here, not specifically mashing equals doping. Yeah, I figured. Just wanted to clarify. So in my opinion, it shouldn't really be like encouraged to have to do something that bends your long-term health and shit. Especially since it very often is something younger people do. Like, people get into speedrunning usually more like in their teens or early 20s or whatever, so you might make decisions that somewhat interest you at the time, or like are just something you're really into, but like long term bends your like body. That's not ideal. Fucking dumbass bots. What did I do there? Did I teleport it? Either way, I think it's an interesting discussion. I'd personally say it's a case-by-case sort of basis. Like, for some games, the requirements are very crazy high. There's a bit in the end of Ninja Gaiden where you have to have like some crazy high mashing speeds to have a chance at the world record and shit. And at least it's not sustained mashing there, it's just like a single instance where you really have to go nuts. But like for some games it's really bad, and for others it's not that bad, so I'd say try to get rid of the examples where it's crazy. Yeah, I think ultimately most the competitions when taken to the extreme method go there just naturally, right? Because everyone's pushing themselves to the absolute limit, and then you have harder and harder training regimen, and they will take more and more of a toll on your body and your long-term health. Which is an entirely different discussion, because ultimately you're speedrunning as a fun hobby. You're not speedrunning for like millions of dollars as like a big man entertainment industry or whatever. Like, you can't really compare AI speedrun video game to like professional soccer or some shit, or like Olympic sports, because the prestige and like the money involved and everything is just much greater. I'm just more using that as a like analogy because the issue is somewhat similar. But yeah, I think it's an interesting discussion, and my main point was less to like have a strong opinion on that, and more that I wanted to point out that, hey, if we're at the point where speedrunning communities are considering allowing mashing to be done with turbo buttons and shit, instead of having to bend your body for them, maybe casual games should also step away from the press X 500 times a second, ideally, for immersive ass cutscenes or whatever. That being said, I usually don't really mind it that much. I think a lot of times people, like, when DK goes apeshit about like having to press any sort of buttons and ever in any sort of quick time event, I think he's going a little bit too nuts, because usually the requirements for like speed and whatever, like how hard you have to mash, are actually much lower than people think. Just because you can mash really fast during a quick time event doesn't mean you usually have to mash all that fast. Prime example of that was actually Dead by Daylight, when there was the wiggling with spamming left, right, or whatever, or like the on-hook struggle phase, so you have to spam spacebar. You actually only had to press the button, I think, once every half a second or something. So obviously when the prompt shows up, oh, you gotta mash this button, people would just go just spam that shit as fast as they can, when in reality they could just actually chill and be very casual about it. So I think it's like sort of misleading, the whole oh my god I gotta mash sort of situation. This is where we're coming from, right? Yeah. Good. I'm liking this section so far. It says, hey, have some combat. Low on interruptions. Thanks, Borf. Would be nice to finally have actual interactions with you where you do something of us. But I'll trust it when I see it. Alright, we'll do hard stealth. Don't worry about it. I'm just a box, bro. Keep moving. Nothing weird happening here. I agree that it can be fundamentally a little bit more immersive at times and like add to the experience that you're actually struggling with something. But I think, I mean, for a while they were heavily overused, but I think even to this day they're still a little bit needless to a certain extent. Also, I mean, if you're doing that in like cutscenes and suddenly you have to mash something or suddenly you have to press random buttons when it's not established that that's going to be a constant thing, then I think that's just kind of a dick move, and instead of getting to enjoy the cutscene for what it's worth, you instead have to sit there and be wary of random button prompts appearing. Like, I like when a cutscene just lets me sit back in my chair, not really think about what buttons I'm gonna have to press and shit like that. But we're already dead. Okay, yes, you were kind of already dead. Like, either a game should have, we're going to interrupt you every 0.5 seconds, so you're aware of quick time events and you're gonna be ready for them, or it should have basically none ever. So yeah, it's a bit of a dick move. We Fruit Ninja. Actually, I have to cut them with blade mode too. That's too far in it. Wait, what? I must slice all of them. Jack the Ripper strikes again. Although that being said, that example is just kind of an intentional dick move. Like, that's not, I wouldn't say, oh wow, I didn't expect that to be that. Oops, I pressed LT again by accident. And I didn't I still haven't quite figured out what game made me do the press LT to parry thing. I know I did that in Solid Sanctuary, but I haven't played Solid Sanctuary that much, especially not recently, so why is that still in my brain so heavily? Also, how did I just get disconnected from the grab? That's weird. Ah fuck, I tried to do the dodge thing. But instead I got a regular attack. There you go. I tried to parry that guy, but then I locked onto the other guy and went into the complete opposite direction. Slightly too soon. Oh, nice. I haven't seen this before. Maybe we have seen this before, but I don't remember. It's been a while. I wonder if you, like, if that's a high level strategy that you use the starting up blade mode to cancel whatever the fuck you're doing and get ready to parry or dodge or whatever. Because it seems like I can activate blade mode out of basically anything. So like while I'm in the air slicing away at that guy, I just quickly tap blade mode and then immediately stop so I can parry or dodge or whatever. Although maybe you have enough options out of your regular actions anyway without having to do that. But like blade mode canceling sounds like a thing that could be a thing. Can we go into any of the others? Any other rooftops or buildings? I don't think so. This was a small one. But yeah, sounds like that No More Heroes thing is more of a intentional haha dick move gotcha moment rather than hey here's our core game design. There's a one-off haha gotcha, I don't mind it.
You have passed the last of the barricades. Save your strength. Find a vehicle.
Right.
Yeah.
That should do nicely.
ASIV. Not quite. Oh yeah, right, there's opportunities to get more bullshit. We didn't manage to get the final fuel cell thing, so let's just grab that right now. That should be the final one as well, right? Oh, it's not, actually. It doesn't say complete here, that surprises me, because the other one had 5 levels, or 4 levels, so I thought this was gonna have 4 as well. Oh. Fucking cursor, piss off.
Everything okay on your side?
I am out of Colorado airspace and nothing on the radar.
Good. I'm almost there.
Seems like a nice chill ride. No cars anywhere, no obstacles. I say. Hey, Borf. Oh no, it's slipstream done. Isn't it? Yep.
Right. Having a little heart-to-heart?
I have analyzed his words and actions. I am unable to ascertain his motivation.
Fancy meeting you here. You knew I'd come. I suppose I should thank you for not killing everyone at the launch site. Well, not if you say it like that.
For a hired killer, you're not very good at your job.
The war is the big payoff.
Right. Big raises all around once World Marshal gets all those contracts.
I'm not talking about money, Jack. I'm talking ideals.
Excuse me?
Forget it. We've both heard enough speeches about higher causes by now.
Bet we'll get one anyway at some point.
Who's right? End of story.
I don't care who thinks I'm right. And I've got cause enough for killing you.
Huh? Oh, good. Why, that's very good. Yes, I like that.
Must you really fight?
Or conflicted both.
Don't interfere.
This is between us.
And it ends here.
Okay. Let's dance! Just you and me, Jack.
Fuck. I was trying to be cool. Oh well. Oh, we got the soundtrack with vocals right away. I have trouble to tell when he's starting his counterattack, so... Too many effects going on for me to tell when the red flash is actually happening.
Only a good time, Jack. I feel alive.
Wow, what a move. Soldier Man cannot perfect parry to save his life. Ow. It takes him a while to charge up. After that initial startup, or like to actually move forward, after that initial startup, I'm always expecting him to just be there right away, so I'm pressing the button way too early. Yeah, just press it as soon as the attack starts, but not when he's actually near me, because I'm usually... Like, these kinds of games usually have them do the anime thing, where as soon as the movement starts, they immediately, like, dash into you within, like, a frame or two. So I'm trying to... Let's see. Yeah, lyrics before the last 10 seconds, I'm also confused. Alright, Mace. Alright, do it again, bitch. That was not perfect. Maybe these are perfect and just... I'm not getting the payoff that I'm expecting. I use humming the lyrics, I'll say that, that's pretty good. I said I very thought it could do. Maybe I was going the wrong direction somehow. I was trying to parry that as well, but I accidentally got an attack behind me instead. Are you hiding behind the rock? What's your plan there, mate? You gonna like do something or not? Okay, I am ready. I'm waiting for him to counterattack when he blocks my strikes, but maybe I should just keep pressuring him. Looks like that might be one of those situations where I can actually just overpower him and guard break him. Yep, kinda like that. And then that happens at some point, so I can't overcommit to my punish. Ah fuck, I thought he was doing the other series. Where he does 2 2 and then like 2 quick ones, then a break and then 2 more quick ones. Instead he did 3 and then had a break this time. This one. No, it's a different one as well. Oh well. Anyway. Maybe he's waiting for that then, when he's not doing anything. Fuck, I was drinking. I thought we were posing. God damn it. It's gone so wrong. Oh well. That's an awkward series. Can I please ever hit? Thank you. Time for him to go rage mode as well. At least I hope so. There must be a further phase to those. Or am I just too used to Fury having every boss fight be like 8 phases? Do some more.
He barely had any cyborg enhancements.
Was this outcome necessary? Evidence inconclusive.
I guess even AIs don't know everything.
It is likely no single correct answer exists. Additionally, human conflict stems from opposing ideals and societal norms. I was not programmed with these guidelines.
Better off figuring those out.
But like we barely got started. Oh well. Still pretty fun.
ID locked.
A VT7 high-frequency blade. The efficacy of the enhancement directly correlates to the quality of the original weapon. My file indicates Sam inherited the sword from his father.
Going to bury it?
I will retain it in memory of Sam.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's just, you know. What a build-up.
Right, we have less than 1 hour. Hurry!
Roger that.
Also, like, the maybe emotional part that they were trying to harken to doesn't really resonate with me too much. Yeah, I didn't do that very well, I agree, game. Oh well. On we go. I wonder if I should maybe play this on hard to begin with. I'd probably enjoy this a little bit more if I got stuck on the different fights a little bit more. These are probably very hard money. Yeah, Monsoon was all flesh and blood. Basically no enhancements at all. There's a 5th level to this? Damn. Right, fair enough. Very money that I do not own. Let's honor the mans by buying a quick draw thing. Fucking mouse cursor, for fuck's sake. I could go for some pizza.
Are you, Mr. Raiden, sir?
Where is she?
I'll tell her you've arrived.
Over here! Hi there, stranger.
Hey, you're looking good.
Aw, who's your little friend?
It might have, yeah.
Oh, it's a long story.
Shake? Good boy! I guess we don't really have time to catch up.
Sorry, not really.
It's okay. Follow me.
So exactly what kind of...
You'll see.
Yep. Man was about to go completely ham.
You built that?
Yep. Hybrid lace ramjet engine I designed. Well, are you in a hurry or not?
Right.
I mean,
Hey.
being rejected by Roboborf
Thanks.
is probably the worst fate in this game. General animals rejecting you is probably one of the worst things. Not sure we can consider Roboborf an animal though.
Flight plan is already
Who
set.
knows?
You're good to go. Please switch off all cell phones and portable gaming devices. And remember, this is a no-smoking flight.
Roger.
Ready for countdown.
No time for that. Ignition!
I'm surprised they didn't replace his missing eye with something. Given that they replace limbs on the regular and everything, you'd think giving him a cybernetic implant would be preferable to just covering it up. Although maybe it'll turn out later that he actually had a secret, like, shotgun gun in there or something. He'll pull a, what's his face? Remove the headband and suddenly he goes very swole mode. Yeah, it's probably like in near Automata. With their headbands, not just being headbands, but like being the visors or whatever. Yeah, tall level weeb.
Well, anything?
Nope, see nothing. Missing an eye, remember?
You sure
Yep.
we got the right place?
Nothing here.
Gotta be. It's the only base big enough with security contracted out to World Marshal.
All right. I'm headed in.
Alright, turtle. How come there's no robo turtle in this game? Where do we get a Borv? I'd be down with the turtle. Shovels above. Certainly a name. I see red on the map, I go red on the map. Shame. Something I'd get a takedown from up there. Oh well. Guess we'll just have to take you down from down here. Thanks for the arm. Oh, I didn't get the... Whatever. But let me mull this, please. Yeah, please, thank you. That was a bit cheeky, I was still in the cupping thing. I still wanna try to combo that when I get that launcher to like do the this thing right away, because I think that's gonna look cool. But executing both in a row is kinda awkward, because one is the X delay X and the other is the back forth. And back forth is really awkward to do on a analog thing. Kinda like that. Oh, you weren't dead yet, my bad. Well, now you are. Yoink. B rank, excuse you.
You see that? Their EXIF codes show up as unaffiliated.
Wait, Marshall has the security contract for this base. Why would they have their cyborg set to the same illegal EXIF code as Desperado? It's evidence against them.
No, it's their alibi. They're making it look like Desperado hacked their soldiers on sight, because everyone knows Desperado has a contract with...
The Pakistani rebels. But if we go public with the Desperado-Marshall connection...
Won't matter. Not when they've got this nice big foreign threat all cooked up and ready to serve. The media and the public won't be able to resist. Remember WMDs in Iraq?
Damn it, you're right. It's another slam dunk. What about any humans on the base? Marshall only handled security.
Dead, most likely. Or brain-jacked, if they needed them to keep up appearances.
They'd never publicize what airport the president was flying into, not in this region. And almost no one would have access to an outside line for security reasons. It wouldn't be difficult to keep things hush-hush, at least until Air Force One arrives.
I'm heading for the control tower. If I can destroy the antenna array, the US military will know something's wrong.
Good idea. Be careful.
Sam's gone, and I blew the winds of destruction away. I'll be fine.
Winds of destruction is Dice gate, idiots.
Raiden, there is no time to worry about the soldiers. Get to the control tower.
How dare you? I'll fight if I wanna. Hey, he has an arm. These smaller ones don't immediately die if I do that, that's kinda nice. These guys though, fodder. Yoink. Fucking cameras. Yes, lock on, that is exactly who I wanted to target. Not at all the shooty device directly ahead of me. Yes, very good. Oh, I didn't look up yet what the input for the thing was. Let's see. Fuck's sake. I was just trying to move the cursor away, game. Draw attack. Hold X, I say. That's not super complicated. Fair enough. I swear I fucking dodged that. Oh. Perform yoink. Still too early. I mean, nuking anyone is generally a bad idea. Except for maybe the Zerg, but at that point, you're low on options. Any swig up here? There sure is. So I'm guessing I found only 4 out of these 20 random pickups scattered across the countryside. Good number though, obviously. Swing, swing. Surprised he only has 2 different attack animations for that. I could have probably self-built that guy, but I was just kind of running. Well, command, can't line up shit. Oh, I excuse you. There you go. I blame the flick. Fuck, messed it up. Yes, camera, do a 360 while I'm trying to line up a thing. That's always fun. Yes, camera, face me away from the nearby threat. Yeah. Thought I could maybe get that heavy attack on before I had to throw. Nice combo. Wasn't that? Or that one? Weird. You know what, we haven't done this in a while. Let's speed this up a bit. I say getting smacked across the room. Oh. Mate, for fuck's sake. How did— what? That was exactly through your sweet spot. How dare you? I got robbed. Local man breaks everything. Actually not that local. Newly local. I acquire rocket launcher. I acquire VR mission. I'm finding all of the things on this map. I'm very good at this. Time for camera. See my phone answering up. Probably gonna get scam folding in a second. Can't wait. The fact that he doesn't transition from a jump into a like ninja run thing is kind of annoying sometimes. Okay, disregard cameras, move on with life. Okay. At least we're getting our healing items back. Hello, it is I, Stealth Man. The stealthy man in the game. Stupid rocket launcher, man. This is so cute. Camera, for the love of actual Satan. Yoink. I require some health, so I shall grab some health. Fuck. Couldn't get the follow-up that I wanted. Yeah. Not low enough. It seems like it will give me the slowdown and the icon whenever I can cut off any part of their body rather than just when it's time to finish them. But I'm only using it as a finisher usually, so that does catch me off guard a bit sometimes. I swear I'm pressing the button more than once, go on. I always feel like a dumbass when I'm too slow to recognize, oh right, he's completely blue and we have to slow down. We have to undo the cameras as well, now that we have triggered an alarm. Will you actually target them though this time? Nope, you will never ever target them. I think the game would like me to pull out the rocket launcher to do these in, but is menuing. I do not appreciate extra menuing. Just wanna run around and slice people. Nice try, Mr. Stealth. Thankfully I'm privy to your secret box strategies. Hey Borf, you don't look very well.
Where are they?
Must be Mr. Legswall, or whatever his name was. Because I think otherwise we're out of protagonists or main characters. Never mind, it was rowboat. Very big rowboat. Completely ignores me. So how did this spin the Borf without breaking everything? Yet the Borf is upstairs, hanging out. Also, I went about this game's audio the wrong way. I increased my volume and only very slightly lowered the volume of the game on OBS. So I find myself yelling against the soundscape a lot.
As usual. Armstrong. Impressive little toy you've got there. But your plan ends here. Idiot! You're not ending our plan. You're expanding it. Check the internet lately.
It's full of memes.
Raiden, Air
Terrible.
Force One is turning back to the States.
What? How'd they know?
Someone posted photos of what's happening on the base. The whole world is up in arms.
Show me. How did they? The story leaked early. Then Marshall's plan is ruined.
The hell it is. Look what they're saying. The story just went live, and already they're calling for blood.
But the president was saved. And yet American blood was spilled. By Americans. Besides, a few dozen soldiers is tragic, but nothing to start a major war over. That's just the spark, son. The excuse we've been waiting for.
Man certainly also has a face.
Years. The Patriots, they knew war was good for the economy. 4 years later, their legacy lingers on. The memes. They left us their great isms. Nationalism, unilateralism, materialism. Welcome maxims for those with no faith, without guiding principles of their own. Give yourself up to the whole. No need to better yourself. You're American. You're #1. Then the only value left is dollar value. The economy. so we'll do whatever it takes to keep it humming along. Even war. Especially war.
Bullshit!
The Patriots planted the seed. We don't need them around to filter and foster their memes any longer. We're spreading them just fine ourselves. Every American man, woman, and child. We're all sons of the Patriots now!
We're all sons of bitches now.
We just need something to jumpstart the economy out of this funk. This recession it's been stuck in since the fall of SOP.
Huh. And the military costs? Wasting billions is going to help the economy?
DMCs, arms manufacturers, job creators, Jack. All those workers spending money, paying taxes. Trust me, a little war can work wonders.
So grease the gears with some innocent blood, is that it?
Oh, relax, Jack. It's a war on terror. We're not out to kill civilians. Extremists, lawless gangs, madmen. Of course, that would have to include you. Wouldn't want any eyewitness reports complicating the message.
That was quite the flag. So I guess that's kind of a Mantis, maybe? I dodge. Not sure how to dodge that one. I don't think we can jump that. Maybe I have to run flatways. That has big array. Oh, it has 3. No, I missed one of the head thingies. That'll get tarantula, huh? Maybe. Isn't it missing a set of legs for that? Or am I being blind? I perform hump leg. I knew he would make that joke at some point. I was considering putting that into my title actually. Yeah, if I dodged early, because I couldn't tell when the stuff was gonna come. Fuck's sake, why did they make attack and hop the input for a dodge? That's so silly. I think I also need to be in an attack though to use it, so maybe I should just be spamming this and then do that. Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought about. Oh, did it way too early. Fuck your leg. Well, I guess he has spare legs, so maybe this won't be as bad for him as I think, but missing one can't be helpful. Now we're definitely low on the leg going for a tarantula. Thank you. Oh boy, ads. I can't see shit. Wait, can I not? I got baited. I keep getting baited. I jump. Never mind. So you do have a weak spot that I could theoretically hit if the camera allowed me to look high enough and move me in the right position. Fair enough. See, I think the reasonable choice is just to stay the fuck away from these, so like he bends them for me, but I like fighting things, so I just kinda wanna go in and fight them. Even if that's not what the game wants me to do. I pose. Surprised that went so far to the right. What the fuck? Okay, I just jumped way earlier than that, fair enough. Okay, that's too fast for me. Hey, at least that's something I've been complaining about. Actually, his jump from neutral is rather quick. Maybe I could do that more. Rather than sprinting. Although I usually just be sprinting by default. Now, try to do the dodge thing, go to jump instead. Right, I can't do that without attacking first anyway. Never mind. I was just spamming it there because I didn't quite know what he was doing. Acquire myself too soon. There we go, finally. Have to fight against the camera and everything the game's got to offer. How do I use the right road? That's a little lot easier. Okay, he will pose so long that I will likely get hit afterwards, but I guess that's still fine. Okay, that's still connected then. Nope, very slightly too late. So I guess I gotta make sure to do more damage in this phase this time. Does he always start on the right and I just coincidentally wander to the right? Or is he trying to track me? I can't quite tell. How do I dodge that one? Because I think that's too high for me to do anything about. Oh, I can probably just parry it because the game likes to have you parry everything. I am being stupid, never mind. For some reason it still doesn't quite feel natural to me to parry something like that. Probably goes most games with heavy dodge though. Alright, neutral leg loose. Oh. That is a lot of solitude there, Mr. Roden. If only you had that solitude always, instead of only in certain plot moments. Nice. What the fuck? Surprisingly less satisfying than I anticipated. I'm sure it'll find more ways of doing that. Like, we've been off rails for a while, yet it keeps finding new ways of making that sort of thing happen. I wonder if I have a goal here, if I just keep cutting until I let go of the button, because I'll keep cutting for a bit. A little slice over here. Maybe one right here. That's a little small what I wanted. Oh, I can't cut that bit, I guess. It's part of the scenery. I can't cut that either. Let's just see here. A rank? I completely disagree, but alright. There's no way that ball was unharmed during my slicing.
Slippery little bastard. I don't have time for this. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Man performs Yo no Jutsu. It is very effective. Man's about to go Super Senator 2.
Let's go! The hell are you thinking? Played college ball, you know. That's a cushy Ivy League school. Try University of Texas. Could have gone pro if I hadn't joined the Navy. I'm not one of those beltway pansies. I could break the president in two with my bare hands.
I'm not sure all of that counts if you're like mad enhanced with all sorts of weird tech.
Fuck with this, Senator. What the hell are
They really should make their tanks and planes out of the material that this guy's made of.
Stick around and find out. Man to man, I can't be beat. Come on.
Is the light supposed to be flickering like that? Because it looks a little bit scissory. I did it too early because I didn't have any idea how long it was going to wind up. I guess I should probably restart the section then. Hope the lighting fixes itself. I don't think it's my GPU. Let me give it a look on RTSS if my temperature is at like going nuts or something. I'll go to title screen and back in and see if that fixes it. Yeah, it looks like my menu is fine. No, temperatures are absolutely fine. It's just the game spelling out.
Man to man, I can't be beat.
Oh, there we go.
Come on.
Ow. I was just about to say how slow his fucking animations are and everything, that I keep parrying way too early, and then the moment I think that, he does a fast one, of course. Why must I not do no.
Nice, nice. what?
Jumpstart the economy? What a load of bullshit! All you care about is lining your own pockets. That and your approval ratings. You've got no principles. Just like all the rest. If America's gone to shit, you're just another maggot crawling in the pile.
All right, the truth then.
I'm an alien. There you go. There's your
You're
truth.
right about one thing. I do need capital and votes. Wanna know why? I have a dream.
What?
That one day, every person in this nation will control their own destiny. A land of the truly free, damn it. A nation of action, not words, ruled by strength, not committee. Where the law changes to suit the individual, not the other way around. Where power and justice are back where they belong. In the hands of the people! Where every man is free to think, to act for himself! Fuck all these lunatic lawyers and chicken shit bureaucrats! Fuck this 24/7 internet spew of trivia and celebrity bullshit! Fuck American pride! Fuck the media! Fuck all of it! America's diseased, rotten to the core. There's no saving it. We need to pull it out by the roots. Wipe the slate clean. Burn it down!
I'm down the system.
And from the ashes, a new America will be born! Evolved, but unchained! The weak will be purged. And the strongest will thrive. Free to live as they see fit. They'll make America great again!
He's up the brain.
Talking about?
You still don't get it. I'm using war as a business to get elected! So I can end war as a business. In my new America, people will die and kill for what they believe! Not for money, not for oil! Not for what they're told is right. Every man will be free to fight his own wars! So, what do you think?
So that's the ideals every idiot has been following. Good shit.
Did you get elected?
Well, I don't write my own speeches. You should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else.
Maybe I was wrong about you.
Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack.
I was wrong. You're not greedy.
Frontality.
Batshit insane!
making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg.
Not when you're purging the weak, right? What do you know about the weak? You weren't born poor. You've never been hungry. You don't know what it's like to fight, and steal, and kill just to survive.
But you did survive! Through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
And now, I'll take yours.
So, in case I get beaten up, I'm just role-playing as cutscene Jack. I swear I parried that. Calm the fuck on. May I please leave? Nope, never mind. Guess I die. Fuck's sake. Yeah, see, just RPing his cutscene Jack. Oh, I'm guessing I'm supposed to plot lose here because I'm on 0.1%. Unless that was the coincidence of the century. Or plot win, whichever. I guess I don't need to worry about perfect parrying because it's not like I'm getting a riposte or anything. Oh, that is a big area. Yeah, we're cutscening. M1, sure, I'm in disregard the fact that I've been playing controller and haven't touched my mouse in a while. Let's do M1. Night machines. Alright, let's try M2 instead. Fuck yeah, here we go. I mean, I can probably guess what it means, and do it on controller anyway. Just following the on-screen instructions for fun.
Why won't you die?
Texture, son.
Nanomachines, son. They harden in response to physical trauma. You can't hurt me, Jack.
Yeah, I took like 12% of you already.
What did I just say?
Team Raiden's blasting off again.
Time to end this. You piece of shit! All right. I think we're about done here.
Right.
Wolf.
Begin playback.
2 years I've been working towards this. And on the last day, Blondie has me doubting the whole thing. We'll leave it up to fate then, shall we, Wolfie? A duel to the death. May the best man win.
Thanks, Dan.
I cut him down, and that's that. Back to a regularly scheduled international incident. But if he beeps me, if I die here, the lock on my blade will disable after a couple hours. What happens after that is up to you, Wolfie.
Ha! Even dead, that guy's a pain in my ass. So... you think that little sword can save your master? Well, go ahead then. But make no mistake, Fido. When I'm finished with him, you're next.
I was not designed to fear termination.
Huh?
However, Directive 01 is to ensure all data acquired is preserved and passed along. To expire here would violate that directive.
That's a good boy.
However, Raiden came to my aid. I have learned from him. When Samuel fell, data analysis was inconclusive. But that has changed. I have established new parameters now, created my own directives.
You little fuck. Damn much!
Armstrong! I said my sword was a tool of justice. Not used in anger. Not used for vengeance.
Thought we were past that point.
But now I'm not so sure. And besides, this isn't my sword. Come on! Okay. Let's dance.
We have multiple. Oh, that hits me while sprinting, fair enough. That is bigger than I thought. That certainly has some tracking on it. Somehow I think I can parry that. Okay, that just takes a while. Fuck. Fair enough. I have... Okay, never mind. Usually I could just hold the button and advance a lot, but apparently this time I didn't get to do that. Weird, because it let me do that the first one. Aww. Okay, I should probably not be hitting him right now. Oh, I need to do blade mode. Never mind. I guess I don't need to do blade mode. Raiden! Would it have done that the entire game if I had died before? Yeah, I can't parry that, I don't think. That was faster than I expected.
That's the best you got.
It does actually want me to do left mouse button, I think. I can't do the thing. Okay, there we go. Well, that's not great. Yep, not parrying that. This time I definitely had the right input. Excuse you? Yeah, why is it doing that? Oh no, that's for keyboard and mouse now. I don't even know the buttons. Oh, I thought I pressed what button is that? Is that shift? Yeah, shift is for blade mode. Ah, control is for sprinting. Fair enough. I hope I get to do this on controller because I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's not too hard to line up on keyboard. Let's find out. I was too low on that sec. Oh, I can probably move him higher with walls. Oh, I see. Well, I'll try on controller first then. Nah. I had to dodge twice because I did the first one too early and then I dodged into the fucking AoE instead. Oh, fuck. I had let go because I... There you go. As long as the pattern is always going to be the same, I'm going to be fine with those, I think. Don't shoot me. Oh, F. What the fuck is F? Oh, right. Yes, yes. Sorry, game. I forgot. Actually, let's try that out. What does F do? Literally nothing? Yeah, F does literally nothing. Okay, well, I have no idea what I'm supposed to press then. It's dropping me healing items. I wonder if it does that because I've been doing so poorly the first attempts. Yeah, probably. It's probably gonna be a different pattern now since we're in a different phase. So we're probably gonna get screwed. Oh, we'll see. Oh, same pattern. I flicked my controller slightly apparently, but I guess it's still working. I was not on those last couple boxes there. Surprised the game gave that.
Ready or not, Jack. Here we go.
Excuse you. I mean, I would have probably fucked up the quick time anyway, right? So, that is light attack. I didn't recognize what he was doing, and I was too busy trying to get the camera back on him to see what he was actually going to do. Fair enough, yeah. I was reading that and wasn't really looking at the thing. So I definitely have to do that from behind. Gotcha. That's what I figured. I should have just played the whole game on keyboard and mouse, and this section would have been easier. That being said, the sweat seems fairly easy so far. Or like overall. Hey, a different pattern. Well, very different, but at least. Oh, hey, we have more. Kind of a shame that they're doing the same animation 3 times. I thought that since he was on 0.1 HP, I thought I could maybe go in and trigger the cutscene. Okay, so I can just wiggle free there. I didn't immediately see any feedback from me doing that before. We cut. Apparently we cut the hand. X is this button on my keyboard. Nope, never mind. I was too slow. I have no idea what X is on my fucking gamepad. Shit. How do I think whenever it does the slowdown thing there, I think it wants me to like parry, but apparently that's wrong. Maybe I should just do blade mode. Alright, let's try again. See if we can press X in time. Don't want to take my hand off my stick or of my controller entirely. Okay, I press X. God damn it, Raiden, he has a sword now. That was stupid. Well done. Fuck yeah, this is me. F, there we go. No, I think I didn't get it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Nope, it's not blade mode. Wonder what the game wants me to do there then. Guess I'll do this a few more times until I build the muscle memory of letting go of my controller, pressing a random button on my fucking keyboard that I don't know what it does. What? You mean when I like during that? slicing the thing earlier. I'm sure nobody has failed these QTEs as often as I have, but I blame the fact that I'm pressing completely random shit for the first time. How am I supposed to do fucking blade mode slices real quick? How do I dodge that? I have no idea. Maybe I'm not supposed to dodge that because it triggers the ending sequence. Anyway, man, that is so fucking fast. How am I supposed to do blade mode slices with my left thumb on my fucking stick and then immediately switch over to F within like 0.1 seconds? That's cheating, game. Oh. Never mind then. Oh, fuck X. I pressed X on my controller like a complete buffoon. Okay, so I'll just take my hand off my right stick because I think I only need to do blade mode right here, and then afterwards I have to press F, so I'm having my right hand on F now, so I can press it when it pops up. Brr. Oh fuck, no, I need to mash. I forgot about this section. There we go, now I do blade mode. And I can do that one-handed, I think. No wait, can I? No, the left stick controls the camera. And I let go of fucking left trigger too early. Oh my lord. Three seconds? What do you mean? Are you kidding me? There's no way that's 3 seconds between me having the fucking slashes, the F appearing, and then being done with that. Like, that is way faster than the X one, for example. For X, I have more than enough time to just on reaction do that shit. Although there's nothing else I need to do here, so I can just have my hand off the controller anyway. I guess I'll try to do this blade thing on keyboard and mouse, so I can then press X afterwards. Yeah, that would make sense since it's the, like, use button, I think. How do I... what? Wait, how do you do that on mouse? It didn't move the thingy at all. Oh my lord. Oh, for fuck's sake. We'll be stuck here all day because of this fucking dumbass wrong input display thing. Why is it doing that at the final fight of the game and not in the entire rest of the game? Not that I'm asking it to fuck up in the rest of the game, just wondering why it happens right here and nowhere else. No you won't, shut up. Man does not realize he's stuck in a time loop. Standing here. He does not realize anyway. Okay, I'm gonna hold my controller close to my... Actually, let's just press circle and hope it works. Texture reset. I don't know where to reset the textures. Oh, you mean when I went to title screen? Why would it do that though? Okay, I managed to press F in time this time. There we go. That's so weird though, it hadn't done that before. I think I went to title screen once from when I did my, like, settings test at the start. No, whatever. Think we got him anyway?
Dream dies with you.
No, my dream lives on in the memes.
Oh, maybe not. You've guaranteed the status quo will go on. For a while longer, at least. War will continue as an institution. As industry. Men will fight for reasons they don't understand. Causes they don't believe in.
So was that charge attack that I couldn't dodge? Was that a thing that always is supposed to happen to trigger that, like, QTE interaction thing? Or did I just not find the right thing to do?
Successor.
Just out of curiosity, not that it matters. Okay, fair enough. Awkward that they do that freeze frame before then.
You carve your own path. Use whatever methods you see fit.
You don't let legal bullshit get in the way. And if it costs a few lives, so be it.
Goodbye, your advanced sword.
Deep inside, we're kindred spirits. You and I.
Hello, mouse cursor. BAB. Alright then. The more muscle, apparently.
Official pet ride for your family? But first, our top story. President Hamilton returns from Pakistan today, completing his first visit to the country since the failed assassination attempt in Shahbazbad last May. In meetings with Pakistani President Farooq Salam, the two leaders agreed to a new joint initiative in the War on Terror, whereby U.S. Marines will be stationed in Pakistan and given wider authority to conduct operations within the country. This is amidst growing tensions within Pakistan between the country's civil and military leadership, with many in the government calling on the ISI Military Intelligence Agency to be investigated.
Unbelievable. After all that.
For the last time, let it go, Courtney. At least Armstrong will never be president.
Coffee is on the edge. That's alright.
I mean, Raiden.
It's not known whether that number would include private military contractors, which the Hamilton administration has made clear will play a significant role.
There he is.
I have excellent news. We are approved. The new corporation is established.
Nice work, Doc. I guess the world's first cyborg staffing firm is officially open for business.
We are certified for construction and long-term nursing care, but this is just the beginning. The potential for new roles cyborgs can play is limitless.
And we're sure this isn't child labor?
The older children can work now, the rest when they come of age. And it's strictly voluntary, you know.
We're not running a charity here, huh? Donations alone would
That
not
was
even
finally
cover
our
the
payoff.
maintenance. Besides, this way they'll learn a trade. Perhaps some discipline, huh?
It's not a perfect solution. But you know what?
Man likes
At
to
least
wiggle
these
a
kids
lot.
will get a decent education.
Well, I'm not about to return them to the streets or to broken homes. At least we can give them a chance, huh? Oh. Oops.
An imperfect solution for an imperfect world.
Well, another benefit. A peaceful application for all my research.
Since when do you care?
Well, recent events have been food for thought, shall we say?
No kidding.
Speaking of recent events, how's our new recruit working out?
Ah, yes, quite well. Quite well.
Oi, Sonny! Where you have this den?
Hang on. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, okay. You make me head spin, you know? You're same age as me, but all this spaceship, you're genius, girl.
Mm-hmm.
And you're hot for days.
Huh? Where did that come from?
Alert. Alert. Rescinding.
This about a crazy world, nah? For me see that ninja, me never think I've been this kind of life.
Yeah.
Huh?
He rescued me too, you know. Saved my life. I owe him everything. To some people, he'll always be Jack the Ripper. I know all about his past. He had it rough. And he hurt a lot of people. But that's not the Raiden I know. The Raiden I know is a hero.
Well, canonical best ending when little girl is telling you you're his true hero. Didn't rescue any dogs though. Oh well.
Looking down on the cars on the highway, the stream of taillights. Everybody advancing together, do so willingly, sacrifice right.
It's kind of weird, so just gonna ramble over the end credits for a little bit. Stephen, what? I was not paying attention. Oh, I see. Fair enough. So I think they made a really cool game in terms of when you actually like play it. Like fighting things is really fun, I think, in a lot of situations. In most situations, I'd say. There's a lot to like pay attention to. It looks cool, it sounds cool, the feedback is great, feels snappy enough. Has some quirks that is, or that are not really something I'm used to, like not having really much in terms of dodging, or not dodging being a focus, more like the sort of parry that you do. It's kind of interesting. I'm gonna turn this down slightly while I ramble. Not that it's a bad song. Just so I don't have to yell against the music quite as much. But I feel like overall they kind of... Maybe that's just my personal taste, like maybe I would like these encounters to be like longer individually, but to me it feels like the pacing is pretty poor. There were very few sections where I felt like I could have just actually enjoy the game one fight after another, or like in a longer extended fight where I have to do like cool shit. Without it being interrupted by like phone calls, or oh you move to the next area now, or oh here's your cutscene, and oh here's the next phase for the boss, and whatever. Like, it's unfair because I'm kind of comparing it to games that do individual things and then do them better. So for example, when I compare the boss fights to Fury, which I instinctively did a lot because it's kind of this sort of ninja fight style with focus on parries and like timing and shit, I feel like Fury does better, more interesting, more complicated, longer, more intense boss fights. But that's all Fury does, so it's a bit unfair to compare it to that. But overall, that's just kind of how I feel. Like, they didn't really make me take advantage of the cool combat and the cool systems they designed, for the most part. Yeah, that's probably a good way of describing it. I'm not sure if part of that is just the inheriting the Metal Gear Solid part, where it's like, hey, we have to have codec conversations and over-explain shit and all that sort of stuff. Maybe that makes it. Or is the reason for them doing that in this game? I don't know. But I feel like they didn't really... I don't know. Like, for example, again, looking at Fury is unfair because Fury does very little but does that very well. But for Fury, for example, you have a very long, very intense sequence, which is this really hard boss fight that you have to grind for a while to get through, and you have to do like properly for the most part. And then afterwards you have like a minute or two of literal downtime. You press the button, your character automatically walks to the next thing, you enjoy the music, the visuals, bit of dialogue, whatever. And then you have more long-term, intense thing that you have to focus on and really work with. And I think that's a much better format. So for example, if they did long cutscenes between chapters or whatever, but then in the actual chapters you just have a lot of high-intensity gameplay, I would probably enjoy that more. Similarly, I felt like the boss fights weren't that great either. Now, again, I have to preface this by saying that I'm comparing it a little bit unfairly to Fury, because again, that's all Fury does and whatever. But I kind of expected more. Part of that is because this game is just kind of a meme, or like, oh my god, everyone's favorite game, whatever. So like, maybe my expectations were a little bit too high in that regard as well. But for example, with Sam, I felt like we barely only got started and then the fight was over. And like the two ones before we had that we had last stream was Sundowner and Monsoon. Both of them felt more like, hey, here's this one fun gimmick that we thought of. Okay, cool, you've solved it. Fight's over, enjoy. Next section. And I feel like that's not really the best way of using their combat system. Like, Mistral might have been my favorite fight in the game, and she's fairly early and doesn't really have that much complicated or interesting stuff to her to begin with, so that's kind of a bad sign, but I felt like she hit a decent sweet spot between like, okay, we have a phase where she hops away and you have to dodge stuff, she has some ads. I don't like how they were implemented with their fucking grab attacks, but whatever, so side complaint. Then she comes back with a spear, you have to like properly parry and dance a little bit, then you get your opportunity to do the blade mode, cut the spear in half, and then you can hit her, and then we reset. And I think that was, as a formula, really good, because it doesn't make the defensive phases overly long, and it gives you opportunity to use the core gameplay in the actual fight of like dodging, or well, not that much dodging, but like mostly parrying and counterattacking and parrying again, and I think that worked the best, maybe, of the fights. Sam could have gone in that direction too, but the fight just kind of ended, as dumb as that sounds. Like, I feel like he could have done with at least one more phase, personally. Because the setup was great, and the set piece is great as well. Everything is cool about that fight, until it just kinda ends. Another thing, but that's probably me not playing it on hard, is that I don't like when a game makes or creates a cool combat system like this, and then doesn't force me to actually use it. Like, I think I had a lot of fights in this, I didn't actually learn the fights, but I just rather got through. This is a bit of a minor personal complaint, but like, I think the same issue applies to a lot of video games, where you don't need to actually learn how to play them or learn how to beat fights or whatever. You can just kind of get by on basic gameplay and like brute force encounters, if that makes sense. Yep.
Oh, good, good. Their doctor's research and staffing service certainly help.
Those are normal.
I hear World Marshal's looking for a buyer.
Well, you cost them a lot of money, huh? Not to mention killing their funding. Literally. The breathtaking program is finished, but the larger company is not, I'm afraid. Someone will buy them. PMCs are in demand once again.
Yeah. Fighting for reasons they don't understand. Causes they don't believe in.
Beg pardon?
No. Nothing.
So, your mind is made? You will not come back.
Sorry, Boris.
I understand. But then, what will you do?
They did give him a new eye. Well done.
I've got my own war to fight.
Ends up actually going in the direction that Armstrong was talking about a little bit there at the end. I felt like his, like the comments that they always made, like, oh, you were the same, you and I, blah blah, that sort of shit, wasn't really that applicable to Raiden. And then we end with that, so maybe it was, after all. I don't know. I don't know the character that well, so who knows. But yeah, let's go past the screen so we get some background music while I continue to ramble. No explosive kills, slat times. 6 enemies remaining, terrible. 0 title. I have not severed any legs. I beg to differ. Didn't I? No, whatever. Only using the high-frequency blade, yeah. But being discovered, 1,000 times using blade mode, yeah. Right, all that good stuff. But yeah, I can see myself replaying this on hard and just skipping a lot of the talky bits and maybe the cutscenes and that sort of stuff. Yeah, he did that in the story as well, but I mean, he had pretty good cause there, and his, like, the comparison isn't, like, maybe in terms of character, okay, yeah, we have something we believe in and we'll do anything that we can to make that happen, but the comparison is still silly if we say, hey, one of them wants to burn down and rebuild an entire country in some sort of might makes right way of life and change the entire society and whatever, haha, everything go die and then we try again. Whereas the other is just like, hey, you're using children for your fucking cyborg bullshit experiments, harvesting their organs and whatever. That's not okay, I will stop you at all costs. Like, there's a discrepancy there. It's not just because, like, oh, vigilantism, but also just... I feel like the scale and everything just doesn't really work that well. Can we quiet this slightly, maybe? Okay, it hadn't loaded the save slot, so it hadn't applied the actual volume setting yet. Okay, there we go, it's slightly better now. My poor ears. But yeah, anyway, so I feel like a lot of games don't make you actually learn the specific fights, and often that's okay. So for example, watching Mambango play Dark Souls 3 recently, a lot of times he doesn't have to actually learn the fights all that well, or learn every attack and how to dodge it and whatever, because his character is strong enough that he just gets to go through that, and it's not that big of a deal. And for the most part, I think that works out alright. But especially for an action-focused game, I feel like you should probably be forced to learn the attacks and the patterns and shit, instead of, oh, I'll just apply basics and I'll probably get through. So, for example, for Fury, if you could play Fury by just randomly mashing, randomly parrying, and just getting through somehow, that's not a very fun game to me. Obviously, that's subjective. So I think on Fury, or like on the harder difficulty of that game, you actually have to learn the fights, otherwise you will not pass, most likely, because they do actually get pretty fucking hard. And I feel like this would also apply to this game. I don't think I had to ever really learn my timings or when I can cancel out of what, and I was just more or less mindlessly button mashing for regular enemies and for offense in general. And I don't love that, but if the game doesn't make me put in the effort and try to learn, then I won't do it. And especially with the fights being more on the shorter side, and the pacing being constantly interrupted, I feel like the game didn't encourage me to learn it, if that makes sense. It's more like, okay, you go through, fancy shit happens, crazy shit happens, and maybe it's not meant to be that sort of game that you actually have to learn, that's also fine. But, again, it's more like I maybe had too high of an expectation or too high of a standard in that regard. Going in on hard would have probably been the better idea. Like, I only died in the very last fight, and, well, I probably would have died there as well without the keyboard shenanigans occurring. I didn't have to pay that much attention up to that point, so, I don't know. But yeah, I'll very, very likely replay this game on hard. Not sure if I'll be streaming it, who knows, but I'll replay this game very likely and just try to fix the pacing issues that I have by just skipping a lot of the cutscenes and a lot of the dialogue and stuff. So... oh, I see, fair enough. Yeah, I see what you mean, Fandango, and that's definitely fair. A lot of people don't want that sort of thing. But I feel like yeah, maybe it is very spectacle focused, so maybe that is kind of the wrong complaint. Anyway, the main point is anyway that all of this is like super subjective. I overall have very few issues with this game. I think this game is pretty great. They nailed the vibe that they were going for, at least what I think they were going for. It's like goofy, silly, over-the-top action, crazy nonsense. But at the same time, very tight in terms of like the controls and mechanics for the most part. There's some issues with camera and stuff that I have, but like generally speaking, I think it's like very good for what it's trying to be, and my complaints are just that I would in some areas like it to be something slightly different, I suppose. Like I said last time, I'm not really a fan of like the whole spectacle thing, and this game didn't really change my mind on that. It's not like I was sitting there bored out of my mind during the cutscenes or whatever. It's entertaining enough, but I think I went a little bit too ham for my taste in that area because it just kind of bores me. Not, again, to the extent that it would ruin anything, just, you know, more of a gameplay kind of guy. And then when I also then feel like the fights themselves are sometimes a bit short or not that in-depth, I don't know. But yeah, cool game. I like the game overall quite a bit. I feel like it's very typical for this kind of game, like for Metal Gear, and also just because it's so mimetic at this point, but like they went so over the top ham on the political stuff and how like blatant a lot of the criticisms and shit are. It's very silly. I find it hard to take that seriously. I know I saw some comments and videos popping up about how this game is still so relevant and oh my god, they predicted the future and all that shit, and I'm generally leaning on the side of, yeah, no, that's not really that much of a hard prediction to make, that those kind of comments would still be relevant, because to an extent it's been like this for a long time. It's not like the world has suddenly gone to shit and they've been predicting that. No, the world has always moved in this direction, and people have been criticizing this since the dawn of time. Like a lot of stuff that I read a comment on Reddit about that. I haven't actually read that myself, but like what Plato wrote in his Republic thingy or whatever is absolutely applicable and viable to this fucking day, and it was like forever ago. So it's not very hard for a game trying to criticize the sort of culture and society to find things to criticize that stay relevant a grand total of 10 years down the line. So I find like that sort of praise to be a little bit extreme. Like, okay, yeah, it's not that hard to criticize, but anyway, game had fun with it, and I think that's fine. So yeah, I don't know, I'll stop rambling at this point. There's probably not much I could say about this game that hasn't been said a million times anyway, given its popularity and cultural status and meme status and just stuff. So I'll cease right here. Thank you very much for watching. I'm not sure what I'll be streaming next. I have a few ideas, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we were talking about Metal Gear Solid 2 a little bit last set as well. I wonder if I should at some point try to find copies of the other Metal Gear games and just play them myself. Not sure how much I'd enjoy the actual playing of them, but having played them seems like the sort of thing one should do. I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, I hope you had fun, and I will see you next time with something. Goodbye!